To avoid tailgating, one should follow the A. 1-second rule, B. 2-second rule, C. 3-second rule, D. 4-second rule. To avoid tailgating, one should follow the C. 3-second rule. Tailgating is when you are too close to the vehicle in front of you. In these situations, the chances of a rear-end collision are much higher. That's why it's important to follow the 3-second rule when driving in normal, safe conditions. The 3-second rules describes a gap of 3 seconds between the front of your car and the back of the car you are following. Headlights must be activated when visibility is limited to A. 1,000 feet, B. 1,500 feet, C. 2,000 feet, D. 2,500 feet. Headlights must be activated when visibility is limited to A. 1,000 feet. In most states, you are required to use your headlights between sunset and sunrise, or 30 minutes after sunset to 30 minutes before sunrise, as well as times when visibility is reduced. The threshold for reduced visibility is 1,000 feet or less. Some states place the limit at 500 feet or less. In these circumstances, your headlights should be turned on. Water on the road can cause a vehicle to hydroplane. Your car may hydroplane at speeds as low as A. 25 miles per hour, B. 35 miles per hour, C. 45 miles per hour, D. 55 miles per hour. Water on the road can cause a vehicle to hydroplane. Your car may hydroplane at speeds as low as B. 35 miles per hour. Hydroplaning describes the phenomenon of when your tires lift off the surface of the road and ride or plane on top of a thin film of water. When this happens, you will have less control over your vehicle and may not be able to turn or stop. Most vehicles can begin to hydroplane at speeds around 35 miles per hour. With a basic Class C driver's license, a person may drive A. a motorcycle, B. a commercial vehicle, C. a 2-axle vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,000 pounds or more, D. a 2-axle vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,000 pounds or less. With a basic Class C driver's license, a person may drive D. a 2-axle vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,000 pounds or less. A standard Class C driver's license is what is required to operate passenger vehicles on public roads. In most states, the Class C license allows you to operate any 2-axle vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,000 pounds or less. When parking uphill with a curb, A. Turn your wheels away from the curb. B. Turn your wheel towards the curb. C. Make sure your wheels are straight. D. You must use wheel chocks. When parking uphill with a curb, A. Turn your wheels away from the curb. When you're parking uphill next to a curb, you'll want to set your parking brake, place your transmission in park, and turn your wheels away from the curb, or towards the street. If your parking brake fails and your vehicle begins to roll, the front wheel will catch the curb and stop it from rolling away. Had your wheels been facing the other way, it is possible for your vehicle to roll into the street and cause an accident. It is permissible to drive faster than the speed limit. A. When you are passing another vehicle. B. Under no circumstances. C. When the driving conditions are perfect. D. When you are running late. It is permissible to drive faster than the speed limit. B. Under no circumstances. The posted speed limit is the maximum speed drivers are allowed to travel under ideal driving conditions. You are never legally allowed to drive faster than the posted speed limit on a given roadway. You must drive at a speed A. that is no more than 5 miles per hour faster than the posted speed limit. B. that is exactly at the posted speed limit. C. that is appropriate for the current conditions. D. that is 5 miles per hour slower than the posted speed limit. You must drive at a speed, c, that is appropriate for the current conditions. You are always required to drive at a speed that is safe and appropriate for the current conditions. This is based on the maximum speed limit, the weather conditions, the traffic levels, the condition of the road surface, the type of road, the time of day, construction. In some states, this is known as the basic speed law. When driving in fog you should A. Use your hazards lights. B. Use your daytime running lights. C. Use your high beam headlights. D. Use your low beam headlights. When driving in fog you should D. Use your low beam headlights. Visibility is greatly reduced in foggy conditions. The safest thing to do when the fog is heavy is to not drive at all. If you're able to wait until the fog has cleared to continue your trip, it is smart to do so. However, if you must drive in the fog, you should use your low beam headlights. When you encounter an aggressive driver tailgating you, you should A. Immediately change lanes. B. Slam on your brakes. C. Slow down and allow them to pass. D. Speed up to increase the distance between you. When you encounter an aggressive driver tailgating you, you should C. Slow down and allow them to pass. Whenever you encounter an aggressive driver on the road, the most important thing for you to do is to stay calm to avoid escalating the situation. If a driver is continuing to follow you too closely, the safest thing for you to do is to slow down and to allow them to pass you. Avoid making eye contact with or making gestures to the other driver. Additionally, you should avoid speeding up. If you do that, you'll only have a tailgater at a more dangerous speed. Unless otherwise posted, what is the speed limit in a residential area? A. 25 miles per hour. B. 15 miles per hour. C. 35 miles per hour. D. 45 miles per hour. Unless otherwise posted, what is the speed limit in a residential area? A. 25 miles per hour. Residential areas are another place where drivers need to use caution. You'll encounter a variety of hazards in residential zones, such as uncontrolled intersections, blind intersections, children playing, dogs in the street, cars pulling in and out of driveways. Great job! Here are some of your next steps to getting your learner's permit or driver's license. Read and study the official driver handbook from your state DMV. Take more free practice tests at puedomanejar.com. Gather all your necessary forms and documents before you visit the DMV office. Before you know it, you'll be driving in your very own car all by yourself. puedomanejar.com. Free DMV practice tests and much more to help you pass your real exams. Visit us today.